Okay, good morning and welcome to part 2 of learning rotations today. If you have my class, we are going to turn to, let's see, I guess it would be the back of the second page of our note packet. Finding example 2. We already did example 1 in the last video. Today we're going to start on example 2. Okay, let me remind you that we talked about doing rotations, and we really talked about doing 3 different rules here. So if we want to do a 90 degrees clockwise rotation, which is the same as a 270 degree counterclockwise rotation in the position that it lands, we change positions. We make y go first and x go second, and we change whatever x was to its opposite. To do a 180 degree rotation, either way, we change just x to its opposite and y to its opposite. And then 90 degrees counterclockwise, which ends up being the same position as 270 clockwise, we switch positions of x and y and we make y its opposite. Okay, so let's talk about just a quick review here using this example. It says, what are the coordinates of the image of triangle BLS after a 180 degree counterclockwise rotation about the origin? Okay, so let me remind you that 180, even though on here it states counterclockwise, 180, whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise, that's really jumping 2 quadrants. So either way, you're going to land in this quadrant here, and it doesn't matter. It matters when we're at 90 or 270. 90 would be a 1 quadrant, and 270 is a 3. So that's why that matters. Okay, so let's start by listing the original ordered pairs here. So B, L, and S. And I'm leaving some space so that I can list the primes as well. So if you count, B is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 5. So 4, 5 for B. L is right 5 and up 0, so that would be 5, 0. And S is right 2 and up 2. Okay, so that's our originals, and then what we do is we use our rule. So our rule for 180 is to make x its opposite and y its opposite. So B prime is going to simply be -4, -5. L prime is going to be -5, and 0 doesn't have an opposite, so we leave it 0. And finally, S prime is going to be -2, -2. And then we want to plot that on our graph. So -4, -5 means left 4, down 5. And it jumped 2 quadrants here. 180 is 2 quadrants, so we know that we are in the correct quadrant just by looking. -5, 0 for L, so left 5 and up and down 0, so L prime is there. And then -2, -2 would be left 2, down 2, and that's our S prime. Reconnect it, and yes, it does appear as though we started here and did 1, 2 rotations over, and we landed where we needed to land. Okay, in example 3, just a quick note here. It's saying in this example above, if angle S was 88 degrees here, so this angle right here is 88 degrees, and side length SL is 4 units, so S to L is 4. What do you know about the measures of angles S prime and S prime L prime? So right here, this we know would also be 80 degrees, so, or 88 degrees. Angle S prime would equal 88 degrees. And then, I did not write that correctly. I'm sorry. Angle S prime is equal to 88 degrees. That's the correct notation. And then finally, S to L is 4 units, so S prime to L prime would also have to be 4 units. And that's what we know. Because rotations preserve angle measure and also side lengths. Okay, that's it for that. That's a good review. And then here's what we're going to learn that is new today, and that is how to describe a rotation that maps one onto the other. So if you look and turn the page, There is a rotation that's already performed. The first difference that you'll see is that it is overlapping. But you see that it is turned, so you know in your mind that it's going to be a rotation because a rotation is a turn. The way you figure out the rule that goes with it is by taking a look at one point that sticks out. Okay, so when we write the rule, we're going to start with the word rotation because we need it to know that it is turning. And then what we want to figure out is how far did it rotate and in which direction. So what I like to do is pick one point that sticks out to me. So I see point P that's sticking out. And I know this is where an original point, because there's not a prime sign on it, and I'm going to make it map to point P prime. So first of all, if going from P to P prime, I'm going in this direction, right? So if I'm going in that direction, that is counterclockwise. I know that right away. And so now I count the quadrants that it jumped. So P to P prime would only be one quadrant. So one quadrant is equal to 90 degrees. Okay? So what we're going to write is we write a rotation of 90 degrees, and the direction we went is counterclockwise. And so that's how we know that. And so your selection here is going to be 90 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees counterclockwise, or you could do 270 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise. So something to realize is that had it gone the other direction, and this is why P to P prime is such an important thing, if we had gone this direction with it, right, we also get another, we can get another answer here because we don't know, it doesn't tell us which direction it's actually going. So the second answer here would actually jump us 3 quadrants, and that is equal to 270 degrees. So if we're going in this direction and we jump 1, 2, 3 quadrants, we're still doing a rotation, but it's going to be of 270 degrees, and that's going to be clockwise. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed that up. That one's counterclockwise, and our 90 degrees would be clockwise. I'm sorry about that. I don't know, too early in the morning on a Monday here, I guess. Sorry, notice that in blue, our P to P prime would be going in the direction of the clock. That would be clockwise. And the one in orange, our rotation of 270 is going against the clock. That would be counterclockwise. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing for you. Our assignment today, if you have me for class, is going to be our rotations number 2 worksheet. That's what goes with that. I will post a second video to help you on the homework today. Just doing 1 or 2 questions on here, so you can look for that video if you need it. Okay, if you have any questions, please be sure to email me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day.